Well, I bought this from the dollar store to set my filter on in for the fish to hide in. It had sharp edges on the bottom, so I silicone the bottom so it'll be nice and non-sharp. It's been 2 days drying, and my filter sit right on top of that. Well, I got my filter on top of the basket. Basket blends in pretty good, and the fish go in and out of it. They like protection. See, oh, you're not going inside. 4 holes all the way around. You saw it earlier. Now, I finally got my sand. I'm gonna take that little thing out and probably shut my filters off to put the sand in. I'll probably just put it in the shallow end, then move it down to the deep end. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but it will cloud up the water for a while. But it'll give the fish something to peck at and give them something to do. A busy fish is a happy fish. Well, I put a little bit of sand in from that one bag, and the water's clouded up pretty bad. So what I think I'll do is I'll rinse the sand in a bucket, stir it around the bucket, and dump the water out of the bucket and put more water in the bucket and stir the sand around inside and dump the bucket out. And then when I think I got the sand clean enough, I'll put the sand from the bucket into the pond. There we go. One bag of sand into the shallow end. I'm going to give it a few hours to clear up, and then I'll use another bag and clean it out in that bucket again, and then put another bag in. One at a time. Just don't want it too bad in there. Well, got the bag in there. It's been about an hour. It's cleaned up pretty nicely. I think what I'll do is I'll rinse the sand even more with the next bag, so in the bucket, so it's a lot cleaner. And I'll work on deep end. Well, it's been a couple days. The sand has settled really good now, and it's cleaned up perfectly good. These plants here, I don't know how they're going to pull off in the sand, but they're a very tough plant. We'll find out. Now you can feel my fish a lot better now. There's sand down in the bottom. Plus, it gives them something to pick at. Goldfish like to pick at the bottom. They're originally bred from carp, so my hyacinth is now also blooming. But my water lettuce is still looking raggedy. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. The water lettuce don't work. I won't get water lettuce next year. I'll just get the hyacinth. My other plants up here are doing alright. You can see they're starting to grow really good. I got a bare spot here that doesn't seem to be growing too much. I got little seedlings starting to come up in some areas. But maybe I'll reseed this area next year. But yeah, there's the sand in place, as well as my little bucket area. You see them going in and out of it all the time. They can hide in there. And it also brings the filter up higher. So if something goes wrong up there, like sometimes you get deer in the backyard, if they like step in the wrong area, they could start leaking out from there, and it could drain the pond right down to nothing. But with the filter sitting on top of that bucket, it won't drain my pond down to nothing, because the filter will just dry up, and everything below the filter will be plenty of water for the goldfish. It'll be a surprise in the morning. if it ever happens, but nothing, the fish will be fine. I'll just have to refill the pond and fix wherever the deer stepped up there. Like if it presses down on any of these areas here really hard, right? If it presses down, steps deeply on one spot, it could just slowly start leaking out, right? But I ain't too worried about it. But that's just a precaution, putting the filter up top there like that. Anyway, and this is probably my last update for the pond, unless I change the type of fish that are in here for this year. Or something happens, of course.